Wow, David, tell us what we saw in Game 1 there.
So what we were looking at was a multi-team deathmatch game. So the game supports up to 18 players.
That's first.
So you got 6 teams of those 18. That's the first. And
Wow.
it's really exciting because you can do any kind of combination using 6 factions and 18 players. In that case, we were looking at a 3-on-3-on-3-on-3. And that's really exciting because that's a lot of enemy threat for those teams to deal with. That squad of 3 had to work well together to be successful playing the game.
Now, we also saw the Pick 10.
Yeah, the Pick 10 is Pick 10 combined with wild cards is the framework of what makes up the new Create a Class system. And those players were equipped up so they can be successful working together.
Now, there's also some nuances and changes that you actually made to each of the classes in terms of attachments and perks. Tell us a little bit about that.
So in Black Ops 2, for you to modify your weapon in any way, shape, or form, you have to actually take an attachment for it. So in our previous game, you could actually sometimes use perks to modify your weapon. And what this does for us is make sure that we have perks be about player and player behavior, and attachments be about weapon and weapon behavior. And that's a really important part of how we're tuning the game.
Now, that's actually really different from previous games. Why that decision?
So it's really important to us to make that decision because players expect that an attachment would modify the behavior of a gun and not them, so therefore we could tune how much they modify a gun when they belong to the gun instead of with a player.
So it just makes more sense.
Yeah, so if you have something that modifies, say, the hip-fire accuracy of a weapon, it's much better for us if we can attach that to the gun instead of the player, so it doesn't have to modify the hip-fire accuracy across every category of weapon. We can do it specifically for the gun. That lets us tune the guns even better.
David, Hardpoint's a brand new mode.
Yeah, so Black Ops 2 multiplayer has Hardpoint. Hardpoint is a mode that's inspired by those traditional King of the Hill style play. So you're going to have to defend an area around the map, and you're going to have to keep those attackers out of there, and you have to be in it in order to score points. That zone is moving around the map, lots of intense action, going into a single place on the map, very fun.
Sounds like it's going to be pretty hard to defend.
Yes, but that's what the team tactics are all about in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and we've given you lots of great ways to set up defensive perimeters with Guardian as a crowd control mechanic, and others.
So let's turn our attention to the COD casting feature because Hastro was really going at it in there.
Yeah, that guy's a professional. And what we did with him is make sure that he and a lot of guys like him have the tools right inside the game to present the game to a viewer in a very exciting way.
So that's actually really important because you guys are putting these tools in the game, and there's probably another Hastro out there in the audience right now. So everyone gets these tools.
Yeah, I hope we actually find lots of Hastro-like guys, right? And that we can make those guys pretty famous on the internet, becoming color commentators for Black Ops 2.
Really exciting.